How you doing, everyone? This is Faust here. So a few months ago, I made a video where I talked about how I had Chat GPT help me make a Marine chapter. So I gave it a little bit of info and just the basis of a Space Marine chapter, and then it made a whole full-fledged chapter with history, different things that they do, heroes, relics, things like that. So it was actually very impressive and pretty fun. So with me doing that, what I have is two people and I gave them the script. So they made a small little so they talk about it, they discuss it, and I have it recorded for all you guys to listen to, and it's actually pretty interesting because these people know a little bit about 40K, so they're actually able to talk about it, go more in depth and different things about it. So I hope you guys like it, and if you do, like and subscribe, and you know what? Before any of that happens, like and subscribe, help share this channel, help this channel grow, and all that fun stuff. But now, with that said, let's get on with the rest of the video.
All right, strap in, everyone. Today, we're going deep on the Winged Blades of Calhoun chapter.
Ah, the Winged Blades.
Yeah, these guys, they're a fascinating bunch, even for, the crazy world of Warhammer 40K.
Yeah.
We've got all sorts of intel here, founding records, homeworld data, combat reports, even some rumors about some really cool relics and heroes.
I love a good relic.
But the thing that really got me interested in these guys is that most Space Marines, right, they're all about duty, forgetting their past.
Yeah, very stoic.
But the Winged Blades, they seem to hold on to it.
Interesting.
So let's dig into that.
Okay, sounds good.
Where should we start? I guess their founding is as good a place as any.
All right, so they're a relatively recent chapter, 21st founding.
So new kids on the block.
Pretty much, yeah, compared to some of those ancient first founding chapters.
Right.
They haven't seen centuries of endless war.
They're still, like, fresh-faced recruits compared to some of those other chapters.
In the grand scheme of things, yeah.
Okay, so they're new, but they come from Dark Angel's gene seed.
Exactly.
Which is, that's where things start to get weird, right?
It is.
Because a lot of Dark Angel's successors are fleet-based, right? They're always on the move.
Right.
These guys. They're tied to their homeworld.
Yeah, they are very much rooted.
Why is that?
Well, the records point to a salamander's chief apothecary.
Oh, wow. Salamanders.
Yeah, named Roken.
Roken, okay.
And he was very influential in the chapter's founding.
So this salamander connection, does that explain why they're so focused on protecting civilians?
I think so.
And holding on to those family ties?
It's a very salamander thing to do, right?
Hold on, salamanders? Those are the blacksmiths, right?
Oh, they're known for their blacksmithing.
Yeah, and their empathy. Not exactly what you'd expect to see mixed with, like, the secretive, vengeance-obsessed Dark Angels.
Yeah, it's a strange mix.
It's like oil and water, almost.
It creates this interesting dynamic within the chapter.
Yeah, for sure.
There are these hit-and-run specialists favoring, like, surgical strikes, lightning raids.
But they also have this deep-seated compassion for the people they're protecting.
Yeah, they care.
It's not what you typically think of when you think of a Dark Angel successor chapter, you know?
A fascinating twist.
So we've got this this mix of Dark Angel's lineage and then this heavy salamander influence.
Mm-hmm.
Where does their homeworld fit into all this? Master Core 3, right?
Yep, Master Core 3.
What's it like?
Picture, like, a fortress planet.
Okay.
A bastion world, bristling with defenses.
Like covered in guns.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And it's also home to the subsector's nobility.
So, high society.
Exactly.
Fancy.
Yeah, it's a world where loyalty and discipline are ingrained in everything.
So basically the perfect recruiting ground for a Space Marine chapter.
Especially for the Winged Blades.
Right.
They're getting the best of the best.
So they recruit from, like, the upper crust.
Pretty much.
Wow.
The most disciplined and loyal warriors the world has to offer.
No wonder they're so good in battle.
And they have this sense of duty.
Duty, yeah.
It's not just about personal glory for them.
It's about something bigger.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, they've got a deep connection to Master Core 2 in Agri-World.
So they're protecting the food supply.
Exactly. It's a breadbasket of the entire subsector.
They're not just conquerors, they're protectors.
Exactly.
Wow.
Safeguarding the very lifeblood of their people.
That's a huge responsibility.
It is.
I bet that weighs on them.
Oh, yeah.
So how does Roken fit into all this?
Well, he instilled in them this idea that the chapter is an extended family, responsible for the well-being of everyone under their protection.
That's pretty radical for Space Marines.
Especially ones with Dark Angel's roots.
Yeah, they're usually more about, duty and oaths and stuff.
It goes against the grain of their isolated and duty-bound existence.
Right, so this whole protector thing, this compassion, it's kind of a big deal.
It creates a really fascinating dynamic within the chapter.
Yeah.
You've got these warriors trained for ruthless efficiency,
Mm-hmm.
steeped in the traditions of the Dark Angels.
Yeah, all that secrecy and stuff.
Exactly.
But they're also carrying this unusual sense of compassion.
It's a strange mix.
I'm already hooked. But, okay, enough about their feelings. Let's get into the action.
The fighting.
Yeah, how do they fight?
Well, think of them as like a scalpel.
A scalpel.
Yeah, wielded by a surgeon.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
They specialize in hit-and-run tactics,
Oh, I like where this is going.
much like the Raven Wing of the Dark Angels.
So, like, surgical strikes,
Exactly.
lightning raids, vanishing before the enemy even knows what hit them.
You got it.
I can see the Ravenwing influence there.
Oh, absolutely.
Their founder, Grandmaster Nehemiah the Kellhound, he must shaped their fighting style.
He definitely laid the groundwork for their doctrine.
What else? What else do we know about how they fight?
Well, they love fast attack units.
Give me some examples.
Bike squads, attack bikes, land speeders.
Okay, so speed is key.
Anything that lets them hit hard and fade away before the enemy can react.
I bet they're a nightmare to fight.
Oh, yeah.
And I hear they love plasma weapons, too.
Oh, they do.
That just adds a whole other level of danger to their hit-and-run tactics.
Imagine a squad of bikers
Yeah.
roaring into battle, plasma pistols blazing,
Oh, man.
and then jump pack equipped Marines raining fire from above.
I would not want to be on the other side of that.
Nobody would.
Okay, before we get into specific heroes and stuff, let's talk about their relics.
Relics, yeah.
Because I've heard some pretty amazing things.
They've got some cool gear.
Yeah, like this Roken's flame.
Ah, yes.
It sounds like something straight out of a legend.
It kind of is.
What is it?
Well, it's a flamer,
Okay, standard Space Marine stuff.
but it doesn't just burn enemies.
What does it do?
It heals allies, too.
What?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
Some kind of alchemical concoction.
So it burns fiercely,
Oh, yeah.
but doesn't leave pain.
That's what they say.
Okay, that's both terrifying and heartwarming at the same time.
It embodies the wing blades perfectly.
Yeah, it really does.
This mix of ferocity and compassion.
All right, what other cool toys do they have?
Well, there's Nehemiah's mantle.
Nehemiah's mantle, okay?
It's this cloak.
A cloak, all right.
It gives the wearer enhanced agility and battlefield awareness.
Perfect for those hit-and-run tactics.
Exactly. Keeps them one step ahead of the enemy.
Yeah, they need every advantage they can get, right?
Oh, for sure.
Especially if they're outnumbered.
They often are.
What else? What else?
There's the Blade of the Hunt.
The Blade of the Hunt, that sounds cool.
It's a plasma sword.
Oh, a plasma sword.
And it can cut through pretty much any armor.
That's got to be useful.
Oh, yeah. It belonged to a previous Grandmaster, Beryllium.
Beryllium, okay.
They say the plasma coil is super stable.
Stable plasma. That's impressive.
Yeah, some serious tech there.
All right, what else? What else?
For mobility, they have the Wings of Kellhound.
The Wings of Kellhound. All right, lay it on me.
It's a jump pack.
So they can fly.
Pretty much. Yeah, and it's said to be infused with fragments of the original Raven Wing insignia.
So there's that Ravenwing connection again?
Always.
Yeah, what does it do?
Allows the wearer to move with incredible speed.
Dude.
And even pull off this devastating death from above maneuver.
I bet that's terrifying.
Dropping out of the sky with all that firepower.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, not a good place to be.
Okay, what else? Is that it for relics?
No more.
Okay.
The Sentinel's Helm.
Ooh, the Sentinel's helm. Who wears that?
Chapter Master Barton himself.
Oh, so the big guy.
Yeah.
What does it do?
It's an ancient helm with all these advanced scanning and targeting systems.
So battlefield awareness?
Crazy levels of it, yeah.
So he always knows what's going on.
He can see the whole picture, anticipate enemy moves.
That's got to be a huge advantage.
Oh, yeah.
Can he do anything else with it?
He can even use it to call for reinforcements.
So it's like a tactical command center built into his helmet.
Pretty much.
That's awesome.
So, speaking of Chapter Master Barton.
Let's talk about heroes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear all about these legendary figures, starting with Barton, the Storm Rider.
Yeah. Yes.
He sounds like a one-man army.
He's definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Okay, give me the details.
He leads from the front.
That's how you inspire your troops.
You'll often see him tearing across the battlefield on his customized bike.
He has a bike.
Oh, yeah.
What's it called?
Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker. Okay, that's a badass name.
Right.
So he's got the cool ride, but what kind of commander is he? What's his leadership style like?
Well, he's known for his tactical brilliance.
Mm-hmm.
He can read the flow of battle and reposition his sources incredibly quickly.
I bet that's a sight to see.
They even have a name for it.
Ooh, what is it?
The Storm Rider Charge.
Storm Rider Charge, okay.
Basically a lightning strike.
So, overwhelm the enemy before they can even react.
Exactly.
Sounds effective.
It is.
Okay, but he's not just a strategist, right?
Yep.
He's also a warrior.
Oh, yeah. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty.
Good.
Prefers a direct approach,
Oh.
leading the charge in the most dangerous situations.
What kind of weapons does he use?
He carries a spear.
A spear.
Yeah, called the Void Spear.
And the Void Spear.
A weapon fit for a hero, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. So he's a brilliant tactician, fearless warrior, and he inspires his troops by fighting alongside them.
It's a good combination.
It is. All right, now tell me about this Chief Apothecary Roken.
Ah, Roken.
He seems like a real anomaly among Space Marines.
He is. He's been with the Winged Blades since their very beginning.
Wow, so he's seen it all.
He sees them as his extended family.
Really?
Imagine a warrior monk.
A warrior monk.
Yeah, who has dedicated his life to healing and protecting others.
That almost sounds sweet.
A space marine with a heart of gold.
Not exactly what you expect from a chapter descended from the Dark Angels.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
But remember, he's a salamander at heart.
Right, right.
He embodies those values of compassion and brotherhood.
It's like he's proof that strength and compassion can exist side by side.
Exactly.
So he heals, but can he fight?
He's no slouch in combat, that's for sure.
What kind of gear does he use?
Well, he carries a relic flamer
Of course he does.
called Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath, nice.
And he wears this gauntlet known as the Hand of Mercy.
The Hand of Mercy, what does it do?
Revives fallen warriors.
Wait, he can bring people back from the dead?
In the heat of battle, yeah.
Seriously, this guy sounds amazing.
He is. He's a miracle worker.
Literally and figuratively.
Exactly. And he also has this amazing ability called Revitalizing Flames.
Revitalizing flames, what's that?
His presence on the battlefield inspires his allies
Mm-hmm.
and helps them recover from wounds faster.
So he's boosting their resilience.
Just by being there, yeah.
Wow, so he's patching people up, boosting their morale, and bringing them back from the dead.
It's a lot.
This guy's invaluable.
He is.
Okay, I'm already adding Roken to my list of favorite Warhammer characters.
He's pretty great.
A compassionate healer who can roast his enemies and revive the dead. Sign me up.
He's one of a kind.
Okay, who else is there? Who else should we talk about?
Well, so we've got a chapter master charging into battle on a bike called Stormbreaker,
Yeah.
a chief apothecary who brings people back from the dead,
It's wild.
and a whole lot of contradictions in between.
It's a fascinating mix.
It is. It makes you wonder how these elements play out in their campaigns, you know?
Yeah, what kind of battles have they been involved in?
Right, like what sets them apart from other chapters?
Do they go up against these massive chaos war hosts? Or is it more like small-scale conflicts in their corner of the galaxy?
Well, the sources are a bit light on specific campaigns, unfortunately.
Oh, come on.
But they do mention a lot of fast response operations
Okay.
throughout the Muni subsector.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Putting down rebellions,
Okay.
smashing pirate fleets, that sort of thing.
So like keeping the peace.
Yeah, they seem to excel at dealing with threats before they can spiral out of control.
So they're the Emperor's rapid response team, basically.
You could say that.
Popping up where they're needed, hitting hard, then vanishing.
Like a whirlwind.
I bet the Imperial commanders love them.
Oh, they're definitely popular.
And I bet they're terrifying to their enemies.
1 minute, everything's fine. The next, you've got Space Marines raining down fire from the sky.
Yikes.
By the time you raise the alarm, they're gone.
That's got to be demoralizing.
Incredibly effective.
So we know they're effective,
Mhm.
but how? Like, what are their signature moves?
Well, one of their biggest strengths is how while they weave together different units.
Okay.
It's like a perfectly choreographed dance of destruction.
Ooh, I like that. Dance of destruction.
Bike squads, attack bikes, land speeders, jump pack Marines.
All working together.
Seamlessly.
Seamlessly.
So it's not just about individual units being strong.
Nope.
It's about how they work together as a single force.
Like a well-oiled chain sword-wielding machine.
That's a great analogy.
So picture this. A squadron of land speeders streaks ahead. Okay, I'm picturing it.
harassing enemy lines, breaking up their formations.
Okay.
Then the bike squads roar in, hitting those weak points, causing chaos
Yeah.
just when the enemy thinks they've got a handle on things.
Oh.
Bam! A wave of jump pack Marines drops from the sky,
Oh, man, that's gotta be rough.
targeting command structures, key assets.
That's a multi-pronged attack.
They're coming at you from all directions,
You're fast.
exploiting every weakness, never letting you settle.
Yeah, you're never safe.
And don't forget about the plasma.
Oh, right. The plasma.
That adds a whole other layer of danger.
Bike squads weaving through enemy lines. Plasma pistols blazing.
It's a nightmare.
And then there's the relics, right?
Oh yeah, the relics can be game changers.
Give me an example.
Imagine Chapter Master Barton wearing Nehemiah's mantle,
Okay.
leading a charge with the Void Spear.
That's an intimidating image.
Or Roken, unleashing waves of healing flames while reviving fallen comrades.
That's a very different image.
But equally impressive, right?
Yeah, okay, I'm starting to get a real sense of their power. It's not just brute force, it's speed, precision, adaptability.
And the sheer skill of their warriors.
It might be a young chapter.
But they've mastered the art of war.
And their homeworld has shaped their combat style, too.
Oh, that's the
Master Core 3, right. That bastion world we talked about.
Exactly, built to withstand sieges.
So they're used to fighting defensively.
Using the terrain to their advantage.
Striking when the enemy least expects it.
They've taken those defensive principles and woven them into their offensive strategies.
So they're always on the move, always looking for that opening.
Never staying in one place for too long.
It's like guerrilla warfare on a planetary scale.
That's a great way to put it.
So it's not just about speed and firepower, it's about strategy, too.
It highlights their adaptability.
They're not stuck in their ways.
They're constantly evolving, learning, refining their methods.
And I bet Roken's influence has played a big part in that.
His salamander heritage, that focus on compassion.
Right.
It might have balanced out some of the stricter aspects of their Dark Angels lineage.
So they're more flexible, more responsive.
Exactly.
It's like they've taken the best of both worlds.
The strategic brilliance of the Dark Angels, the compassion of the Salamanders.
And forged a new path.
A new approach to warfare.
And it makes them incredibly formidable.
It really does.
And it's reflected in their heroes, too.
We've got Barton, the stoic chapter master.
Mm-hmm.
Kador, the fiery chaplain.
Right.
Moran, the tactical genius.
And of course.
Roken, the compassionate healer.
He's the one I keep coming back to.
Me too. He's so intriguing.
I'd love to know more about his backstory.
His motivations, his relationship with the rest of the chapter.
There's definitely a deeper story there.
Maybe another deep dive is in order.
I'm in if you are.
But for now,
Yeah.
I think we've covered a good chunk of what makes the winged blades tick.
We have, key takeaways for our listeners.
What should they remember about this chapter?
Yeah.
First and foremost, they're unique. Hit-and-run specialists with a soft spot for the people they protect.
It's a strange mix.
That tension, that balance between fierceness and compassion.
That's what makes them so interesting.
You don't see that very often in Warhammer 40K.
No, you don't.
Second, Roken's influence is huge.
He's shaped their values, their culture, their identity.
In a way that sets them apart from other Dark Angel successors.
He's the heart of the chapter.
Even if he's not always on the front lines.
Right, and finally,
Their characters are well developed.
we've talked about him a lot.
Each one embodies a different aspect of the chapter's personality.
They're individuals.
With their own motivations, their own stories.
We've talked a lot about tactics, characters, but I'm curious about their greatest victory.
How?
What battle cemented their reputation?
That's the thing.
What?
The sources don't mention any specific defining battles.
Really?
But that's part of what makes Warhammer 40K so great.
The mystery.
The room for imagination.
We can fill in the blanks ourselves. And that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
We've only scratched the surface.
There are so many untold stories.
So many battles left to be fought.
So, listener, what do you think?
What would their greatest triumph look like?
Or their most devastating loss?
What challenges have they faced?
What enemies have they vanquished?
The possibilities are endless.
And that's the beauty of it.
The winged blades of Kellhound are a blank canvas.
Waiting for you to fill in the details.
Or dive in.
Explore the depths of this chapter.
Let your creativity run wild.
You know, we've talked about grand victories, tragic losses. But what about daily life?
What's it like to be a winged blade on an average day?
It's got to be intense, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just imagine, like, the constant training, always pushing themselves, you know.
To become the ultimate warrior?
Right, but there's got to be more to it than just that. I mean, they have all these chapter values, right?
Oh, yeah.
Compassion, protection, loyalty to their home world.
It's a lot to live up to.
It is. So I think Rokin's role, it goes way beyond just patching them up when they get hurt.
He's more than just a medic.
Yeah, he's like their guide, their mentor.
He embodies those values.
He's the one who really drives home the whole strength with compassion thing.
He's the heart of the chapter, really.
I can almost picture him like leading meditation sessions.
Really?
Yeah, and amidst all the roar of engines and the clang of armor.
Finding peace in the heart of a storm.
It's a cool image, right?
It is.
These hardened warriors taking a moment to connect with their inner self.
Trying to balance the warrior with the protector.
Makes you wonder how they reconcile those two sides, you know?
It's a fascinating paradox.
It is. Like, they're trained to be these absolute weapons.
They're also expected to be compassionate guardians.
It's like they're being pulled in two different directions.
Definitely.
On one hand, they've got the whole Dark Angel's legacy.
The secrecy, the vengeance.
Hunting down the fallen.
Right.
But then they've got Rokin.
Urging them to be protectors.
To value the lives of the people they defend.
Tough balance.
I bet it shapes their whole worldview.
How they see the galaxy.
How they understand what it means to be a space marine.
It's fascinating to think about.
It is, and I wonder how it plays out among the different characters we've talked about.
Right.
Like Barton.
The chapter master.
Yeah, how does he reconcile his duty to the Imperium with his responsibility to his homeworld?
It's a tough question.
And what about Kador, the chaplain?
Ah, Kador.
He seems like the kind of guy who just wants to burn all the heretics.
He's pretty intense.
Yeah, I bet his zeal clashes with Rokin's more compassionate approach.
Oh, definitely.
And then there's Luthiel.
The master of aerial assault.
All about speed and aggression.
Doesn't exactly scream protector of civilians.
Maybe he sees it as a necessary evil, you know.
A swift strike to prevent greater suffering.
Yeah, something like that.
That's an interesting take.
And then you've got Moran, the veteran sergeant.
The classic Space Marine archetype.
By the book, always does his duty.
How does he fit into all of this?
Maybe he sees himself as the shield, you know?
Protecting the innocent.
Yeah, that unwavering determination, the willingness to put himself in harm's way.
Could stem from a deep desire to protect those who can't protect themselves.
It's a powerful image.
It's...
All these characters, they're like pieces of a puzzle,
Mhm.
each one contributing to the overall identity of the chapter.
And that's what makes the winged blade so captivating.
They're a chapter of contrasts.
Contradiction.
That constant push and pull between different forces.
They prove that strength and compassion aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah, even in Warhammer 40K,
Where there's so much darkness.
there's still room for hope,
For protection.
for believing in something greater than yourself.
They're a beacon in the darkness.
A testament to the enduring spirit of humanity
They refuse to give in to despair.
and their story.
It's far from over.
Who knows what's in store for them?
What trials they'll face.
What triumphs they'll achieve
What sacrifices they'll make.
in the name of the Emperor.
And their homeworld.
That's the beauty of it, right?
We get to imagine those possibilities.
Explore the depths of this chapter.
Shape their destiny.
So, listener, that's the Winged Blades of Kellhound,
A chapter forged in fire.
tempered by compassion,
And utterly dedicated to protecting the light.
against a galaxy drowning in darkness.
We've only scratched the surface today.
But hopefully we've given you a taste of what makes them so special.
Keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep the spirit of the winged blades alive.
Until next time.